going to share with you a little bit about my own story as an artist, and I'm going to take you back to about 10 years ago. I was a homeschooling, stay-at-home mom looking for a hobby, and I tried painting, and I fell in love with mixed media art and especially acrylic paint. So every night after our kids were done with their schoolwork, I say every night, but most nights, I would sit at my little desk where I had all of our schoolwork, and I would paint. And creative ideas were just flowing. Excitement was abundant, and I had found my thing. I was having a lot of fun trying different subjects, and I was sharing what I was doing on the internet. Then something really amazing happened. People began responding to what I was doing and actually started buying my paintings. So I was super excited. Now I would have some extra money to go and buy more supplies and make more art. So eventually I began to realize that this was a real opportunity to actually make money from home doing something that was really, really fun. So I started learning about the online art world, and I was comparing what I was doing with what I saw other artists doing. This wasn't exactly a great move on my part. You know that saying, comparison is the thief of joy? Yeah, that's true. Comparison is the thief of joy. I started wondering if I really knew what I was doing. I kept painting, but I was having trouble sharing my work, and I wasn't excited about telling others what I was doing anymore. I didn't consider myself a real artist, and a huge fear of doing it all wrong just came flooding in. So I started searching for answers to all of my questions and my doubts. Questions like, what makes a professional artist a professional artist? What is a fine artist? Who gets to decide if you are an artist or not? And the more I dug, the more I learned and I searched, the more I realized that my confidence was lacking. And now I am drastically being drained of all of my creativity, the fun, and any ideas that I originally had when I began doing this. I can remember telling my husband that I just don't fit in, and I'm not like all the people that I'm seeing in all these groups online. I've never done a paint party. I don't know who decides who gets to call themselves a fine artist. Illustrators are like in a totally different league, and artists who are licensing their work don't seem to want to share a lot about what they actually do. And I just can't find where I belong, and I don't know what to call myself. Well, he said something that changed everything. Here's what he said. Why do you think you have to label yourself in some way? And that was a really big moment for me. When he said that, I realized that I was putting way too much pressure on myself. And I am an artist. I am a real artist. And if you are creating art, then you are a real artist too. Period. The end. That's it. If you're creating art, you are an artist. And most of the time, if you're doing something different, you aren't going to fit in. And guess what? If that's the case, then you may be more than just an artist. You may be an innovator, making the way for others who are feeling exactly the same way that you're feeling right now. It's almost like the less I know about the real art world, the better off I am. And I have to keep my head down, do the work without all the distractions of others and what they're doing. And I really had to just come back around full circle to my original way of thinking. In this case, it's almost like ignorance is bliss. So my experience has led me to where I am today. And now I can confidently call myself an artist. I am a professional artist. I make money from my creativity. So that makes me in that profession. I'm using my creativity to earn an income, and it helps my family, and hopefully it helps other like-minded creatives who are ordinary people just like me, who just want to do extraordinary things. And I'm sharing this with you because I get emails, comments on social media, messages on a regular basis from others who are expressing how much they like painting, but that they are not real artists, or they don't consider themselves artists. And I'm sharing this because I love teaching others how to paint and be creative, and it really breaks my heart when I hear people, especially my students, echo that same fear that I once felt. If you don't learn anything else from me, if you don't take any of my classes, I want you to know this. Just like art itself, the titles and the labels that are in the art world are very subjective. If you're creating art, you are a real artist. And who gets to decide that? You do. So never let anyone tell you otherwise.